Try and explain to us, if you can, the emotions that are going through you right now.
Well, I'll tell you, when I got out of that cage, it was just awestruck I was overwhelmed by the experience. To get the finish as quickly as I did and come out unscathed, and then see Lorisenko and everybody, it was overwhelming. And then as the hours have passed, now I feel like I'm exactly where I belong, and so I feel like present. I'm here now.
There's obviously a different few experiences you can have on this show, right? There's having the decision win and then having to sit there all night and sort of thinking like, oh, did I not? With you must have left the cage being like, yeah, got that one in the bag.
Absolutely. And that was the game plan. The game plan was follow the angle to the left. He's going to throw the spinning heel kick. He's going to throw the flying knees. We knew he was going to throw the fancy attacks, and followed the angle. And as soon as I started touching him with those punches, and when we went body to body and clinched up, I knew that I had him where I wanted him. So when that knee landed and it was over as quickly as it was, I knew.
It was a beautiful finish, I have to say, by the way. It was great precision.
Thank you, sir.
Were you able to have any words with Dana after the fight?
Not exactly, no. I said something in passing when I walked past the table, and then after he awarded me the contract, we shook hands, and he said, "Holy shit, that was amazing." And I said, "Dana, that's just how I fight. I'm going to bring you many more of those performances."
And you're kind of lucky, right? You get out there pretty much unscathed. So
exactly.
How soon do we see you back in there?
Well, I'll be back in the gym next Monday, training, focus. I know that from here now, I'm amongst the best in the world. So my focus is only going to get bigger. My training's only going to get more intense, and I'm ready to go when that call comes. I'm in shape right now. What's up?
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir.
You are going into one of the bigger stacked divisions as well. You know, you're going into a lot of studs, but I thought your performance tonight was outstanding. How soon till you think you can actually be making an impact to the top of the division?
If I'm being realistic, 3 fights, 3 finishes, and then you'll see me break the top 10, maybe top 15. I know that the flyweight division is stacked, as you said, but I don't, with the exception of course, your star guys, your Kai Karas, your Brandon Morenos, your Brandon Royvals. There's not a lot of finishers out there, killers, real killers, and maybe I'm just on a high horse right now. Who knows? But I'm here to finish. I'm here to fight my ass off and look for a KO. I want to come out here and take your liver home or take your scalp home with me. So it shouldn't take many fights if I keep fighting the way I'm fighting.
One of the things I like that they're actually doing this season is with the whole watch parties.
Yeah.
You know, tell us a little bit about the watch party and the crew that was gathered together to kind of cheer you on.
Somebody from the UFC contacted my coach last week, and then I knew immediately. I live in a border town in Texas, or no, I'm from a border town in Texas. I live in San Antonio, but a lot of my family's in Laredo. So as soon as I heard that they were doing the watch party thing, I called one of my tias and I said, "Yo, you know, get the tribe together." And sure enough, one of my uncles is a real estate owner, and he has a mansion out there. So they put it up in the mansion with banners. They took all of my amateur and pro belts there and posted them up. They made cookies. They did the whole thing, and it was just seeing that support. I've always had the support. I've always had so much love in my corner. So to be able to watch them experience it and then share that moment was right here, you know.
And then last question for me: was there any point yesterday at the weigh-in, you know, have you ever had as many people tell you to cut your hair off as yesterday? There was a point where, you know, a lot of people were, you know, online saying like, man, if this cat doesn't get a chance to make it, you know, because he cuts his hair. Was there any point yesterday where you actually considered cutting it, or did you know that you would be able to get down? Because I think you only had a half. Yeah. You only had a half pound to shed, but
I'm not cutting my knot, man. That's my knot, all right? Nobody's taking my knot from me. So no, I knew I was gonna make the weight. The problem was the portable sauna that we were provided with only heated up to 150, and what I'm used to at home is 180. And that 30 degree difference, it makes a difference between losing 4 pounds every half hour to 2 pounds every half hour. So it was just that the timeline that I worked with was the timeline that I've always worked with, and we cut it real close. But you know, my coaches knew that we were going to make the weight.
Is the hair like the Samson thing part of your strength?
Oh yeah, it's part of the strength, man. What do you mean? You know this.
It's a good look too.
Thank you.
Congrats on the victory.
Thank you very much.
Congrats on the win, CJ. Tremendous performance. You mentioned on the broadcast putting your opponent on the back foot early. It looks like you caught him cold. Now that we have time, can you elaborate a little bit on that, the game plan?
Of course. So Bruno has a lot of fancy finishes with Taekwondo-style kicks. Now, with a Taekwondo-style fighter, they work best when you're giving them the Taekwondo-style range, which is far kick range. Now, the game plan was, don't give him that range. Make him fight off his back foot. Now, when he's fighting off the back foot, yes, he can still throw a couple techniques, but not with the same range and like same comfort that he can if I'm backing up, if I'm circling around. Every time he knocks these guys out with these spinning heel kicks, they're giving him the range. They're playing into the right side where the kick is coming. They weren't smart enough to avoid it. So I cut off the cage early and made him fight my fight. I'm putting pressure, I'm moving my head from side to side, and I'm looking for those punches.
Excellent. And you almost did it for me, but just walk me through that finish. How did you see that knee to the solar plexus in the clinch?
Well, I actually rewatched the fight, and what happened was we went for a quick clinch, and then when we broke the clinch, I hit him with a right hook, which stumbled him. Then I initiated a front headlock, almost like a guillotine, and I thought about trying to pursue the guillotine, but I felt like he could have ran me to the cage to shoot a takedown, and I didn't want to get myself into a position where now I got to defend a takedown. He's hurt. I'm going to give him time to recover. No. So I swung him around, and then instead of keeping my hand around his neck like that for the choke, I posted my left arm on his neck, and then my right arm fished under for an underhook. So now I have control of his neck and there. So he only has that right arm there, and I'm pulling him towards me, so he's not able to think about the fact that his liver is so open. My coach, Pete Spratt, posterized so many guys with that liver kick. You know, that left side is so open from the southpaw. So I pulled that left leg back, snuck it right up the middle, and that was it.
Perfection. And lastly, a quick message for your Texan, Mexican-American, Latino fan base, please. Like, felicidades, triunfo, agarraste el contrato, ¿cómo te sientes?
Me siento arriba del mundo ahorita y para llegar para Texas y llevar este contrato para mi raza, para mi familia, es todo para mí. So,
felicidades, man.
Muchas gracias.
I just have one question for you. You mentioned on the broadcast being nervous this morning. I'm curious if that was something unique to this fight or if it's something you're always nervous going into a fight and how you overcome that.
No, it was very unique to this fight. As much as I always try to tell myself, like, this is just another fight, it's still a fight. And it is. It's still a fight. But the stakes on this one, it was either breakthrough where you know you belong, or you got to go back to the regionals and fight for pennies again. And I don't want to go back to that. I've been doing that for 10 years. I've been just scraping by, and I know I belong here. So when I woke up today, you know, I woke up 6 hours after I fell asleep. I didn't get a full night's rest, and I just could not go back to sleep. And my legs felt like noodles. I just felt like my legs weren't recovered. And I tried to take a bath, take a shower, and there was nothing I could do to avoid the fact that, hey, this pressure is real. And now you either go out there and put on a show and put this man to sleep, or you're going to leave here with a lot of regret. And I know that route. I know that regret route. I've been there. I've been down that route of shame that a fighter can feel when they don't perform the way they want to perform. And I wasn't going to do that. And the way that I dealt with it was just let the day go by. You know, I played Rocket League with my brother in the room and tried to just keep it as casual as it could be. And then as the fight gets closer, it becomes more of a moment thing. Like, oh, we're here in the moment. We're here now. Count your breathing. Look at your surroundings and just lock in. And once I locked in, when I was in the locker room, then I settled in and everything felt fine.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.